I want to thank Gerald Nissan of Naperville for making this review possible. Gerald Nissan of Naperville is the only Nissan dealer in the Chicagoland area to offer a lifetime powertrain warranty on their engines and transmissions in the vehicles they sell. Check out their award-winning showroom and browse from over 1,000 new and used cars at www.geraldnissannaperville.com.
Alright, what's up guys? My name is Zach and today I am driving a 2021 Nissan Rogue. Up front is a 2.5 liter inline 4 and down below is a CVT. Now I'm super excited to be driving this here Nissan Rogue for a couple of different reasons. First of all, this is the all new, brand spanking new, freshly redesigned Nissan Rogue. For 2021 they changed up a lot of things. The second reason I'm super excited to be driving this here Rogue is because this is the Platinum. Platinum is the top trim level for most Nissans, including the Rogue. And so I have the Platinum, and let's see how good the Rogue gets, because it gets pretty freaking good. Now, before we get on to the rest of the video, if you guys are interested in selling your car, please click the link in the description below. Cashforcars.com will buy your car with a salvage title, good title, running, non-running, whatever it is. Please go support the channel by clicking the link in the description below. You can get a fast and easy quote for free, and they will pick up your vehicle in less than 24 hours. So let's get back to that 2.5 liter inline 4. Makes 181-ish horsepower, I think. And it makes torque as well. I'm putting it up on the screen. Nothing really too crazy there. However, those numbers are very, very solid for a modern SUV. The naturally aspirated CX-5 makes about the same. The RAV4 makes about the same. It's really on par with a lot of other manufacturers in that respect. Now, I brought up the CX-5, the Mazda, and I will be comparing this car a lot to the Mazda. And I'll explain why a little bit later. Like I said, paired to it, CVT, which means continuously variable transmission. It's not my favorite. I'm just not a fan of CVTs in general. However, that being said, it is a CVT and it's working fine. We are warmed up here on the test track. I can actually select it over into Sport. I do have paddle shifters, but it's a CVT, so they're fake. Not bad at all. You hear it fake shift. That's actually a fake shifting. A CVT doesn't need to shift. It can actually change the ratios as you accelerate. So it does fake shift. However, I actually like the fake shifting. It feels more natural to me. You know, someone who grew up driving stick shift and has driven a lot of performance vehicles, I'm used to that instead of where most CVTs just kind of go it's like an ancient war call, the CVT. This doesn't do that. It fake shifts, and yes, it's a fake shift, but it kind of helps me sleep at night a little bit better, so I guess fake it till you make it. Last but not least, this Rogue is all-wheel drive. However, you can still get Rogues in front-wheel drive if that's something that you really prefer. So let's talk about the interior, because we have a lot to talk about in here. Well, in front of me, I have all digital gauges. You guys know I'm an absolute sucker for digital gauges, and this car does what I always ask of digital gauges, which it gives me some customization. I can change how big or small I want the speedometer and tachometer to be. I can kind of push them off to the side, or I can make them right front and center. I can also change the center of the screen looking at my speed limit signs, the back end or radar cruise of the Rogue, or my lane keep assist and safety features with the Rogue in the middle. I like this a lot. I can change these graphics. The graphics look very high resolution. It doesn't look like they were drawn on pixel art or MS Paint. They actually look like they were fully 3D rendered, and actually someone put a lot of time into these graphics, and I like that a lot. I like the attention to detail that Nissan put into these. But that being said, guys, I love the fact that I can change the speedometer and tachometer. I really, really do. I think that if you are going to go with a digital setup like this, why not? Why not give me the ability to make it whatever I want? And Nissan doesn't let me do whatever I want, but they give me options, and I really, really appreciate that. And so with that digital screen, I'm just going to show a bunch of interesting things that you can change. You can change your own personal screen, make it show your trip, fuel economy, time to destination, navigation, things like that. I can look at my driver assistant, blind spot, emergency brake, things like that, audio source. All of these features are very, very nice. And again, I am an absolute sucker for digital gauges, and I think this is a huge drawing point for me towards the Nissan Rogue. I really, really think that this is very special, and it would have me highly considering this vehicle. On the steering wheel, on the left, I have my volume controls, scroll wheel, skip track, and my menu button. The thing I don't like about this is on the left is that scroll wheel isn't always super on point. It's a little touchy. However, I'm sure you can get used to it. On the right of the steering wheel, this is all my cruise control options. Like I said, it has that adaptive cruise control, which I love. I absolutely love. To the left of me, I have a steering assist button, as well as I have my heads-up display button. So the Rogue does come with a heads-up display that is displaying my speed in miles per hour up on the windshield. I really like this. It's very clean, very simple, and I like the fact that you can turn it off at the hit of one button, because sometimes you're driving real late at night or early in the morning, and it kind of messes with your vision ever so slightly, because it's sort of this almost augmented reality type of vision. And so in a lot of other cars, you just have to dim it all the way down and it'll turn off, but this just gives you a button to just turn it on and off, and I love that. Tap it once, it's off, it's away. Tap it one more time, boom, it's back, bright and center, and I like that a lot. I love that customization. Down below that, I do have my gauge dimmer switch and my tailgate release. And on the door, I have two different memory seats, my power mirrors, power windows, and power locks. Moving into the center, we have a fresh, brand new touchscreen from Nissan that will allow me to do Apple CarPlay and Android Auto wirelessly. That is a huge step. Wireless Apple CarPlay is a huge next step for Apple CarPlay and just all vehicle entertainment. I always thought that Kia was the only lower tier brand that had this offered. Well, now Nissan is getting their beak wet with this feature, and I absolutely love it because Apple CarPlay is the best. I absolutely love it. It's my favorite system for cars, and now I can do that without having a cord running through my interior. And I'll talk about why that's so great a little bit later on. However, that being said, the factory Nissan system works very well. It's very colorful. Like I said, with the gauges, it has very high resolution. Again, it doesn't look like Windows 95 booting up here. It looks very fresh, very modern, very 2020s. That's what I look for in a vehicle that, you know, I just freshly bought with 40 miles on it. The one thing I really like about Nissan's infotainment system is that you can scroll to the left and you have these different pages. However, you could just keep scrolling to the left and it loops. Surprisingly, not a lot of infotainment systems in modern cars loop like this. It's either you go all the way down and then you have to go all the way back up, or all the way left and then you have to go all the way back right. This actually loops it, and I think that that's really, really smart. It's such a small software update, but it makes a big difference. Last thing about the radio is actually the speaker system. This has a Bose audio system, which rocks. It is absolutely amazing. I can't show it on here because I think it's copyrighted, but if you ever test drive one of these, or if you're looking to test the bass of a car, YouTube the song White Clouds by Decaf and play that in your car. I played it in here, and I was genuinely shocked. Here's a video of my reaction of hearing White Clouds by Decaf in the Nissan Rogue for the first time. So there it is. Pretty good. Below that center screen, we do have our buttons for the screen: skip track, audio, menu, map, camera, things like that. The camera button has to be one of my favorites. You can toggle it below 5 miles an hour or when in park. I love the fact that you can do it at 5 miles an hour. Like I mentioned, that I recently drove the Kia Sorento and you couldn't do it when you were in drive. This allows you at 5 miles an hour, you can look at a front-facing camera or a 360 bird's eye view camera of your Rogue. The stitching system of this 360 camera is one of the best that I've seen. And stitching system, what I mean by that is there's cameras all around the vehicle, and through programming, it stitches it together to make a bird's eye view. There's no camera actually up above the vehicle. It just takes what's around you and turns it into one image. Nissan does it really, really well here in the Rogue. It looks very natural. It doesn't look distorted like a lot of other 360 cameras look. So I'm very, very thankful for that. And of course, like I just said, I love the fact that you can do it in drive below 5 miles an hour, because if you're really trying to navigate something small going forward or something tight going forward, you can do that. That's something that Kia cannot do. Down below the center screen, we have our climate control vents and our hazard switch, and then our actual climate controls themselves. Very basic here, dual zone automatic, which I like. Heated steering wheel is one of the options, as well as heated seats. I don't get cooled seats, unfortunately, here in the Rogue at the top level, but that's okay. And I like the sleek design of it. Down below the climate controls, I do have my start-stop button, 2 USBs in for USB-C and traditional USB, and then a 12-volt outlet. Below all of that is a wireless charging pad. That's why I said that wireless Apple CarPlay is so important, because I can still also charge my phone without having any wires anywhere. I personally own a 2019 Mazda 3. I have Apple CarPlay, and I had the option of getting a wireless charger, but I don't have wireless Apple CarPlay in my Mazda. So I figured my phone's always going to be plugged in anyway. I don't really need the wireless charger. So I don't get to have that cool piece of technology because it's really not needed in my car. Well, this, you can wirelessly hook up to Apple CarPlay and wirelessly charge your phone. It's all seamless. There's no cords running through here. And I think that is going to be a big step forward in the 2020s. I think we're going to see a lot more cars adapting this, and the Rogue is one of the first. Then we have the shifter. The shifter is a little bit untraditional, I'll say. It feels weird at the beginning, just getting used to it, but now I'm pretty used to it. You just move it forward for reverse, back for drive, in the middle for neutral, and park is a button on top. It really doesn't matter all that much, because really, you just touch it once you start driving, and then you never have to touch it again. Below that, I do have my power parking brake and my auto brake hold. Again, another thing that was missing in the Kia Sorento. And I love auto holding brakes. It's one of my favorite features in modern cars. Basically what it is you come up to a stop when auto holding brake is turned on. Come up to a stop here like I am right now. Press the brake a little extra hard, and boom, the car is being held. I'm still in drive, but the car isn't moving. If I want to go again, let's say the light turns green or someone in front of me moves, just lightly get back on the gas. It disengages the brake automatically, and boom, you're going. This is great for stop-and-go traffic or drive-thrus or anything of the sort. So to finish out the center console, I have a couple different drive modes, 5 to be exact. I have off-road, snow, auto, eco, and sport. Now, these don't change anything about the gauges or, there's no lights that come on or anything like that. It's just for whatever driving conditions you're going to be in. For instance, snow is really going to up your traction control and make sure you don't slide out of control. And sport is going to tighten up, quote-unquote, gear changes, hold on to RPMs a little bit longer, stay in that power band a little bit longer to give you a little bit extra power. Then I do have this clamshell opening center console. It's a little small, however, I like the fact that you can open either side of it. You can close just one side or the other. They're not reliant on each other in order to close, and I think that that's really, really nice. The seats are nice and comfortable. They are leather. They are diamond stitched leather, more specifically. I think they look fantastic. Nissan's been doing this in a couple of their higher trim vehicles. They've been doing diamond stitching, and I think it really adds just something different to the seats. A really, really nice touch on Nissan's part. As mentioned before, they are memory, they are power, and they are heated, which are very, very nice. But speaking of seats, we do have another row of seats here in the Rogue, so let's do a backseat review. All right, so we're in the back of the 2021 Nissan Rogue Platinum. First thing to note, rear heated seats, very, very nice, as well as I do have my rear climate controls, so I can either sync it with the front climate controls or choose my own temperature, which is very, very nice, and I get a nice digital readout for that. I also have a USB-C and traditional USB charger. Very, very nice. That whole center console, I get great features for a vehicle this size. Of course, I do have this sunshade that is retractable. If you have a kid back here or a baby, you don't want them in direct sunlight. They're very sensitive, so this helps out with that a lot. Or a pet too. Legroom is great. Headroom is great. Headroom, I could fit 3-4 fingers up above my head. Knee room, I don't have a prayer of hitting the front seat. This is better than the Nissan Titan I just drove. The 2021 Titan pickup, I actually feel like I have more room back here than I do in that huge behemoth of a vehicle. I do have a center console right here, just 2 cup holders, no storage or anything like that, and that really rounds out the back seat. Really, really strong back seat. Normally, I would say a 2-row, okay, maybe go up to the Murano if you need more space. You shouldn't need more space than this in a 2-row SUV. You really shouldn't. And I like the fact that the diamond stitching carries on back here, very nice. And I get to enjoy the panoramic sunroof up above me. So it spans from the front to the rear of the car, and I absolutely love that. Now we'll take a look at the cargo space real quick, then we'll talk about the looks. All right, so we're on the back of the Nissan Rogue. I do have a little kick activation zone. There it is. Just kick it and it'll open. I do have an opener on the fob as well. This is just all the new car stuff. Don't worry about that. But does it have it? Is this it? Yes, I have a 12-volt outlet in the back. That is what I really care about with these 2-row SUVs, or really any modern SUVs. It should have a 12-volt outlet in the back for tire inflation, when you're camping, a inflatable bed, anything like that. Flick of a switch. The one thing is that these do feel kind of flimsy. They feel like cheap plastic. It's the only thing in the Rogue that actually feels kind of cheap, which is impressive that it's only one thing, and that's these little panels, but, you know, who cares? That being said, I do have a lock button and a tailgate button up here, so I can lock the vehicle, and at the press of a switch, bada bing, bada boom, I can close it. Now we gotta talk about the looks. I'm not completely sold on the front end of the Rogue. I think it looks a little Jeep Cherokee-y. The headlights are a little bit weird since they're lower. However, I am starting to notice. I actually was having a conversation with my friend Alex the other day, and the fact that champagne, these gold-colored cars, are actually starting to make a comeback. They were very popular in the 90s and early 2000s. They sort of went vacant, but I think this color is actually kind of starting to come back. This light tan, champagne, gold-looking color. And so I'm glad that the Rogue comes in that, because it's a very modern color. Well, it will be a very modern color, and so you can get the Rogue in something that's at least fashionable for now. But overall, I have to say that I am really, really impressed here with the Nissan Rogue. And here's why. I am a big Mazda fanboy. If you guys don't know me, if you're new to the channel, if this is the first video from me that you've ever seen, first of all, thank you and welcome to the channel. But second of all, you might not know that I've owned 5 Mazdas. I've had 3 RX-7s, a Miata, and now I own my Mazda 3 hatchback. My parents have a 2018 Mazda CX-5, a car that I essentially talked them into buying, and they've loved it. I think the CX-5 is very stylish and very luxurious. And I've always thought that the CX-5 didn't really have a true competitor in the fact of this sort of lower tier premium, if that makes sense. Mazda and Nissan are not premium brands, but the CX-5 and now the Rogue are very premium vehicles, if that makes sense. And so I've always thought that the CX-5 was the best. I really did. I think it has great materials, feels great, drives great. But this I think is a true competitor to the CX-5. Now, there is no turbo option for the Rogue, unfortunately. So if you absolutely want a turbo, go with the CX-5. However, as the CX-5's body style has been out for almost 4 years, the Rogue has better technology. Like I said, wireless Apple CarPlay is absolutely great and something you can't find from Mazda. Wireless charging pad you can find from Mazda, but is here in the Rogue. But the biggest thing for me is those digital gauges and the infotainment. The Mazda CX-5 doesn't have amazing infotainment. It has good infotainment, but not anything amazing. I'm not blown away by it like I am here in the Rogue. I think dollar for dollar, technology-wise, the Rogue is better than the CX-5. And that's hard to say as a Mazda fan, as someone who has a Mazda memorabilia corner in their room, as someone who really truly loves the brand of Mazda. It's hard to admit defeat, but it's necessary. If I'm going to give you a truthful review, I have to be honest. And I really genuinely feel like this car is better than the Mazda CX-5. Better than the RAV4, at least technology-wise. Better than the CR-V. Oh, God, that's hard to say, but it's true. I really think that this is better than those vehicles. Again, from a technological standpoint. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope this shed some light on the brand new 2021 Nissan Rogue Platinum. Huge thank you to Gerald Nissan of Naperville for allowing me to take out their brand new Rogue. This thing just got on the lot a couple of days ago, so I'm excited to share this car with you guys. It's really, really impressive. I'm a big fan of it, and I hope that you are too. And you can find your own at Gerald Nissan of Naperville. Their information is up on the screen, as well as linked in the description below. Click the link. It'll take you right to their website. They have tons of these on the lot, as well as a bunch of used cars as well. I've been working with the Gerald Group for almost 3 years now, I want to say, and they've been absolutely awesome every step of the way, so please go give them your business. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Don't forget to rate the video, comment on the video, and subscribe if you really liked it. Take care, guys.